So, hello and welcome to another Wheel to Wheel, the final round of qualifying for the Nürburgring 24-hour race. First race to be streamed will be tomorrow at 5:30, or maybe 5, I'm not too sure, I need to check on that myself. But in this one, we've got pretty much just a Div 1 room. And we've got early fine moves. I'll just click in here. So we've got Squiddy, Intrinsic, Adam V10, fine moves. Early's supposed to be in here, but he's not at the moment. But let's just kick things off. So up here, I'm going to have to ask you to exit.
Roger that, big boy.
And for those boys sitting in commentary with me, how about we introduce ourselves?
Good evening, everybody. This is Up You Baby.
And Mac.
Good evening, it's Viking Racer.
So welcome back, boys. I enjoyed your commentary in the last qualifying session. So I'm just going to jump out and get this one started. So quali starting. So I'm thinking a battle between Adam V10 and Fine Moves is about to unfold.
This is certainly going to be an interesting couple of hot laps. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so we've got Squiddy leading him out. Adam V10 wasting no time getting in front of Squiddy, and he is away. Fine Moves though, he's told me he's just going to channel the racing gods on the on his outlap. He's just got to let the car go around, although he hasn't left the pits yet. And here we go, he's away. So he's just going to whack it in auto drive and let the car go around for the first or majority of this lap. So he doesn't want to waste any energy on anything other than a fast lap, which is fair enough. And I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, look, after Adam's great drive last week at the Red Bull Ring, being his first drive in Div 1, taking out both wins, he's proven that he's consistent and fast. We know that the Jag is good around here, so I think that, you know, sub 805, the Aston is fast around here. So yeah, I can see him doing an 805, 804 for sure. So next in line we've got Intrinsic in the Jag. As we see him, he just puts it into the sand. He's just getting those things out of his system before he puts his hot lap in. So that now we have Squiddy in the BMW, and he looks like he's just cruising. For Squiddy's BMW, yeah, no, it's a nice livery. And then we've got Fine Moves in his BMW Penrite livery. It's a cracking livery, that one. I really do like it. So yeah, Fine Moves. So you know, he says that in his practice he's been able to do 804s. 803s, so I'd be expecting that sort of thing. He does enjoy the Nordschleife, so I'm expecting a quick lap time. Will it be as quick as Twitchy? It's yet to be seen. But yeah, I expect him to be quick. So let's just go back to Adam at the moment. He's wasting no time. He's absolutely just caning it.
And just watching his lines and his very, very smooth in his transaction between corners, his gear change, the braking, he's amazing driving.
Yeah, look, whenever I've done any practice laps with Adam V10, I've found him to be exactly that, just smooth. When we were lapping around Red Bull Ring in the wet last weekend, you know, his driving was just hardly a twitch, where you compared that to me in the Mustang, where I was virtually sideways every corner, and every time I touched the gas I would just twitch from one side of the track to the other. But Adam's been very consistent. So yeah, he's taken over the driving. He's sick of the yeah, well, his car was off spending a lot of time off the track. I think it might take him 15 minutes to do one lap in auto drive. Although he's gone back into it again. So we'll have a look at Squiddy as well in the BMW. What sort of times do we think Squiddy's capable of tonight? 804s? I'm going to say 807.
I got an 806 in my mind. I think Adam's capable of definitely a sub 8. Looking at his driving.
A sub 8?
So, as an 808, sub 808, sorry.
I was going to say a sub 8.
Yeah.
It's the only one that'll put him top of the pops.
He's driving an Aston Martin.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible. He is very consistent, and you know, if you put in that flawless lap, then you know, a 7:59 may be possible. I mean, bloody hell, that's fast.
It is very fast.
But maybe a 8 minutes flat. I think even an 801, 802 would be really hard.
Well, what did Shane GT? What did he pull off? 806.
Yeah, I mean, look at Twitchy. Twitchy put in a 803.1 or an 803.068, whatever it was. And that was a pretty spectacular looking lap. So, and that was in an M6. So, but you know, the Aston's no slouch. It's got good top speed. It handles really well. It could surprise us the way Adam's driving at the moment. Yeah, look, I think he'll definitely be the fastest of all the Aston drivers, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Mind you, Shan, he'll be competing with Shan, so Shan GT's very quick, very consistent in his driving too.
He is, but I still think that Adam might be just a fraction quicker. But time will tell.
Time will tell. As I said, I did Monza with Adam, and we were nose to tail for the big race. So yeah, you never know what could come out of the bag tonight.
But speaking of Shans, I love his livery. That Castrol Edge livery looks fantastic on his Aston.
Reverting back to the outlaps, we did see the swap of position back there with Squiddy and Intrinsic. So that's the original tactic. I think Squiddy was intending to maybe hover in front of, keep the two beamers together perhaps, I'm not sure. But yeah, just that position change should be important, but they're gapping quite a fair way. I don't know if I think ghosting should have been switched off, but it does seem to be on.
No, it should be off. It's just that Fine Moves had been using auto drive. So Adam V10 comes up to start his first angry lap. He did extremely well on the wet. So let's see what Adam B10 can do on his first lap.
How's Aston's been qualifying? I just noted there was 10 kilometres down on the Jag down the straight.
Yeah, we
warm-up lap.
top out at 270 in the Aston. I think the Jag goes to 280.
Yeah, I saw 282 on the Jag down the straight.
Wow.
And we've got Intrinsic starting his first hot lap. Followed by Squiddy. Now, it's good to see the boys have all given themselves plenty of space here. As we see Squiddy starting his first angry lap. So how important is it to get a good lap out of the Nürburgring GP circuit?
Yeah, I find it a passing opportunity. So if you're pushing hard and you're in traffic, that's definitely a place to swoop.
Yeah.
And now we see Moves starting his first hot lap as well. So yeah, I think if you're going to get your passing done, you know, here's where you're going to try and do it. It's extremely difficult to get a pass done on the Nordschleife.
Yeah, I think the transition from the GP ring into the Nordschleife, it sort of excites me because I know that we're on a tighter track, so it's going to be a lot more difficult to get some passing done. So if you are pushing hard in front, this is where you can sort of hold your ground, I guess.
Yeah, look, for me, I'm really happy that I'm in the Mustang because I'm just going to drive around you all. I'm going to sit behind you around this track and then hit the big straights and put it in sixth gear and away we go.
So what does the Muzzy do down the straight?
I'm 278,
Right.
I think, and then, you know, you're coming down that hill, you know.
Yeah. But the slipstream will certainly come into play as well, and you know
Yeah, he's a bit late.
if somebody was to slipstream and get that slingshot early, you've got a chance of getting it back before you start getting into the end of the straight. So
Yeah.
you got to be careful on when you're going to be executing that slipstream, the slingshot. If you want to do it about halfway down the straight, I guess.
Yeah, so Fine Moves is a robot, and we knew he was going to be quick around here, so how about we jump on board with Fine Moves and watch him through this next sector. He's using every bit of track perfectly at the moment. Yeah, unlucky for early, just coming in a bit late there, so there's nothing we could really do. I had to kick this off at 9 o'clock.
That is the rules. 9 o'clock kickoff, there's no restart.
But Fine Moves off to a cracking start. Yeah, look, you know, the BMW, I'm sure, is capable of good things. It's one of the cars that if I'm just in a lobby, you know, I like jumping in the BMW. It sounds good, handles reasonably well. Yeah, it's a fun car to drive.
Oh, look, I agree. I haven't been back in it since I started a couple of seasons ago, and I just love doing it. I think I did about 9 laps this afternoon in it, just trying to get an idea of what he's capable of tonight. But hitting these sectors like complexes like you wouldn't believe. I'm watching it now in cockpit view. Wow.
And it is one of the better models of BMW. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
So, Adam V10 is certainly holding his ground. The difference between Fire Moves and Adam V10 is less than a point 0.1 of a second.
Yeah, I just jumped onto Adam V10 there. And he had a bit of a shaky entrance into the carousel, but managed to save it.
He's just dropped half a second on Fire Moves now, unfortunately.
So let's jump on board with Adam V10 through this next winding section. And then we should be able to cut the Fire Moves as he goes through it. He ran probably a little bit too wide there.
Yeah.
Just missed his apex. I don't think it cost him too much time, but
really holding on to that fourth gear there, that's going to help him a lot.
yeah.
I can't do that.
They're pretty neck and neck. Actually, Adam got that sector on Fire Moves.
I find that the sector that Adam V10 is in at the moment, I spend a lot of time in third gear through most of it, or bouncing from third to fourth.
Well, it's funny, I learnt those sectors on Super Softs with the ridiculous setting like this, no tyre wear, no fuel wear on Super Softs. You can just cane fifth gear so much of that sector in fifth, it's unbelievable. It's like a blink. But yeah, I think Fire Moves in that old school BMW, it's got the old school sort of V8 screamer, so he's dropping down to the lower gears, the third gears and even the second gears, where you wouldn't really see the race car do that.
Well, now just on board with Fire Moves as he goes through there. He's certainly looks like he's carrying a lot more pace than Adam V10 is through here. He is on the ragged edge.
Quite wide over that crest, but pulled it in nicely.
He may have lost a little bit of time through there, but
yeah, like coming back to second there, 4 Fire Moves. It's just not my norm.
Well, we've got Adam coming into the final chicane now. Complete his first lap.
so jump
Just
on
breaking
board with
into
Adam now.
There he goes.
So let's see what sort of time he's on track for. About an 8:05, 8:06, I think.
Yeah. There you go.
8:06.195. So that's a cracking,
almost the exact time I've got lined up. I think I've got an 8:06.1.
cracking banker there for. So now we've got Intrinsic coming through. So let's see what he can do.
Intrinsic's got a couple of purples under his belt. Sectors.
So Intrinsic with an 8:10.521.
Oh wow, I'm up by he's hundredths of a second on that Adam B now. We're absolutely to the hundredths.
Now we're with Squiddy as he comes in to complete his first hot lap.
We've still got Fire Moves as showing
So
purples most of the way
Squiddy's had a
through.
bit of a slower start here. Might have had an off. He's done an 8:16 for his first. And Fire Moves is screaming along. So Fire Moves, I reckon, is on target for about an 8:03 here at the moment.
8:02, yeah.
Oh, as he slides through that corner. So an 8:02,
Yes.
an 8:01.976. He's gone top of the pops. That Red Bull has helped him for sure.
I wonder how many Shiver Regals he's had before he got on.
No, he said he was going to have a Red Bull
Very nice.
before he started because he's been a little bit tired because of his newborn.
Because of
But
the new fella?
an 8:01.976.
And
What do you
0.5%
say,
up.
boys? No one's gone as fast as Fire Moves. You said that finding 5 seconds was going to be difficult. Well, he found 6.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
So that's a cracking drive there by Fire Moves. So, I mean, we talked about you know, a sub 802. I didn't think it was really possible, but
Well,
shit,
in the
eh?
excitement, the Jag slipped through as well. So Intrinsic's done at 8:10.5. Did we call that before?
Yeah. We called them all out.
Yes.
I called them out
Okay.
as they went across the line. So,
I must have been caught up with Adams. I can't believe I'm absolutely like 1/100th of a second quicker than him at the moment. So is Adam V up? Is it
Adam V's
going to come up with a split in a minute? He's coming down the dipper.
so Intrinsic's
There he
up
goes.
on his time.
It's level to the
Squiddy's
1,000.
up on his time.
And Adam V's like 3,000ths on
If I
level
see
with the last lap.
any purples yet,
Yep, fine moves, just did another purple there.
Pimus is absolutely. Oh, he's on the ragged edge. But yeah, he's on fire. He's smashing those apexes. And oh, yeah, little fraction. But yeah, he's right on the limit. Fine moves. So let's jump on board with Squiddy. We haven't seen much of him yet. And Intrinsic. So we'll have a look at these two boys for this lap. So
They're both on an improvement.
yeah, both.
Squiddy's just come through
Squiddy's
1.6.
up on his time. Squiddy didn't have a very good lap for his first lap. I think he's had a bit of an off somewhere. But let's jump on board with Squiddy and see how he's going. Oh, as he's had another off. So that's unfortunate for Squiddy. Through a really fast section there, coming under brakes. So just pushing that little bit too hard maybe.
So Adam V's almost a second up. He's 8/10ths up, and Intrinsic's just come through as well. He's better in his lap if I consider them that too.
So Adam V10 currently up on his 8:06 time.
Squiddy's up by 0.64.
Almost up by a second.
Yeah, 9/10ths now. He must have had a fairly off lap this last one because this is impressive. I thought I was closer with him if he was going to hold in there on pace, but
I think he it's more the middle section. He was tended to be a little bit offline.
this is Adam V, is it?
Adam V, yeah.
Yeah.
He was fighting the car a fair bit through the middle section of the track. Seems to be a little bit calmer now.
I don't know if Fine Moves had an off, but it was saying that he's 7 seconds off his previous time at the moment. So well, that's cool. I mean, he would be happy just to park it in the pits, I would imagine, because he's. I don't see anyone beating it. It's the last qualifying lobby. I don't think Adam V10's got a 10 an 801 in him.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, no. No, he's off the track.
Just run off now.
Yeah. So let's
One
go
up.
jump on with Intrinsic. Intrinsic's still up on his time,
Oh,
and
now he's
Squiddy's
hit a
up on
barrier.
his time.
Oh, that's good.
So I'll jump on board with Intrinsic here.
So he's going to be cutting into this gaggle of 809s you've got there, Rexy, and somehow they're going to get split the lobby, I think.
Intrinsic.
The 809 sector set time.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of us.
Yeah,
There'd be at least 6 of us in the 809s.
but our races is based on lobbies, not based on qualifying time.
No, But there's quite a few guys in our lobby in Div 2 that have punched out an 806 or a high 808.
So you're going to be having an interesting race.
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. I'm just hoping for a nice clean race that's decided on the last lap.
I really enjoyed my race last week in Lobby B.
Yeah, look, my first race I had a cracker. Enjoyed it, snagged a second. The Mustang was a real handful in the wet, but I thoroughly enjoyed the practice and just the whole wet driving experience at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. I found it very interesting.
I found that all my racing in the Corona Cup had, I think, helped me a little bit with my drifting.
So we've seen
Adam V10's about to cross the line for his third in the final. And he has not been able to better anything.
No.
Now we got Intrinsic, who's been up. Oh, he's a bit shaky coming into there.
808.
808, I'm going to say 809.
Calling
7. 808. 9. 809 just.
So at 809.133, so that's a nice time there by Intrinsic. So he's in Club 809. There's a few of us, welcome.
Look, I think 810 is around that 810, 11, 9, 9, 10, 11 is that's the track time in these cars.
Yeah, and the fact that there's so many of us in that 808, 809 time just goes to show how close a lot of us are in the league.
And the thing I do like too is...
But Squiddy's just bettered his time.
Squiddy was an
8:16.
7:10.
Yeah.
So that's a real surprise. Squiddy is a lot quicker than that. So,
but
I don't know.
With our driving too, we're saying that we're so close in our lap times, but also in the race, it's really nice to be, having those good battles and having the respect for other drivers. It's so much more enjoyable to be racing world to world than and other some of these other dailies and manufacturers, Nations Cup.
Yeah,
very
I
stroppy.
wholeheartedly agree. I just got roughed up in an FIA this afternoon. It's official and raced against the same mob of people and not had problems, but obviously it can rear its ugly head and it doesn't seem to in wheel to wheel, which is a great bunch of drivers.
Yeah, look, running the FIAs or the dailies, it's hit and miss with depending on what lobby you're in. You can have some really good races, you can have some really poor races, but yeah, the beauty of being in wheel to wheel is that it's always generally pretty good racing, and it's with an enjoyable bunch of guys. We're all like-minded in the fact that we all love to race, and for most of us this is the closest we'll ever get to racing.
Well, stretching the budget to buy a PlayStation for a start. Imagine having to stretch it to buy a set of wheels every week.
Yeah, a couple $100 to run the track.
That's how I sold it to my wife. When I said I was going to spend $6,500 on a racing simulator,
yeah,
I just said it's cheaper than a race car.
And what simulator did you end up getting?
So I run Fanatec gear,
Yeah.
Bolted to a Next Level Racing GT cockpit.
Alrighto.
I got a Club Sport M3 BMW wheel connected to the CSL Elite with Club Sport V3 pedals. Then the
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what did you have prior to getting your Fanatec gear?
First ever setup.
Oh, really? So you just went straight for the top shelf?
Yeah. Not knowing, because I want to get into a bit of iRacing as well, and I was looking for something that would work for PlayStation and PC. As we see fine moves get a little bit loose there. So I'm going to jump on board with Adam for the moment. So let's see if he's up. But yeah, you know, I've been doing sim racing now since I think I missed the first 3 races of wheel to wheel last season.
Yes.
So I've had a my simulator since January this year.
Wow, you're certainly doing well. You picked it up pretty quick.
Yeah, you know, I've always had an interest in racing. You know, I've done a bit of karting and a few other things. But just love motorsport in general. So.
Yeah, I was racing on my on my desk with my office chair, and the thing would swivel around, and you're sort of hanging onto your pedals with your toes to then slipping around. I put up with that for about 18 months, and then I got myself into a sim rig, and it was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, look, I talked about it for years, and for years I just used a controller, and I was quite quick with the controller, but. You know, I said to my wife, when we buy our next house, I'm dedicating a room just to sim racing.
Yep.
So, and that's what I did.
You're lucky.
Yeah, and with COVID, it's given me so much time to practice.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, I have to keep going to work at the moment.
Oh, no, I've been going to work. But the fact that I get to stay home and do nothing on weekends is just bloody brilliant.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So we've seen Adam V now get through the carousel just hugging it like it's little baby boy. He's holding the line so well. It's 4 5 tenths back to 3.5 tenths now. He's still going to better his time at this pace.
Yeah, look, Adam's up on his time. Fire Moves is down on his time, which is no surprise because that 801.976 is just bloody ridiculous. So I would have been surprised to see him up again.
Not a bad banker. Oh,
no, not bad at all.
Coming out of that sector. That'll hold him up a little bit.
The Astons are very, very forgiving. In those
they
respects.
are.
You don't, see, look, he's just picked up more time.
But
yeah, 6 tenths now.
I also found that the BMW was too. Like the M3 version anyway.
I didn't find that. No, the M3 was a little bit squirrely for me, but nothing like this Aston I'm watching.
Yeah, see,
I'm just on the edge of my seat because he's got me by a couple of hundredths at the moment. He's sitting on comfortably at half a second, so now a full second.
Up a second, yeah. Yep. See, last season around the Porsche, and you step out of line in that, and you're away. Yes. The engine wants to go into the corner first.
You wouldn't mind being in the Porsche round here though. It goes quite well round here.
It certainly does, but as I said before, as soon as you get that rear end stepping out, that pendulum effect just takes over, and your tail lights beat you into the corner. It makes it difficult to go quick.
Yeah, look, I've
straight line.
Found the Porsche quite difficult to drive consistently fast for league racing. Playing Assetto Corsa and things like that, it feels a lot nicer than what it does in Gran Turismo, where I've really noticed that pendulum effect. But still, it's a car I love to drive. I mean, it's a Porsche. Who doesn't like Porsches?
Yeah. I struggled with it at first, but I had to put a lot of time in to change my driving style to suit it.
So Intrinsic's off.
Fine Moves is off.
Squiddy is down by 14 seconds and he's in the sands. So let's go back to Adam V10 as he crosses the line.
Here he comes.
To see if he can better his time.
He's got a 5.
An 806 to a 805.471. So well done to Adam V10.
And Squiddly's at least 2.5 seconds up, so he's just come onto the straight now. Did he bin it? Did he go off? Did he?
Yeah, Squiddy just put it into the sand, which is really easy to do.
He's still up though, so he must have regathered fairly well.
Oh, and Intrinsic again off the track, so he's just having a horrible last lap.
Yeah, Intrinsic didn't have much to play with. He was only 3 tenths up for an off. So if he did have another one, it's.
So Intrinsic unable to beat his 809.173.
and Squidly's going to come through now. He's the seems to be the only one that's seemed to better his time.
Come on, Squiddy.
After Adam.
Oh,
Come on, Squiddy. Give us an 8-10. So he's 15.480. So that's a real surprise. You know, Squiddy, he's got plenty of pace. He mustn't know the track that well, because he's one driver I expected to be doing at least an 808 around here.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's the practice time you get on the track, and maybe that's the case. I had the same issue on Thursday. I didn't have enough track time, due to one thing or another. But yeah, you can certainly see that in the race, it's going to change.
Yeah, look, racing's completely different. You know, there's 13 other cars that you got to get past. The circuit's narrow, it's bumpy.
Close, thanks for an entertaining. I was right on the edge of my seat there because it was viable for grid positions for me. But thanks for an entertaining qualifying tonight. Does that wrap up the qualifying for the whole league?
Yeah, I believe it does. You know, there's a couple of people that missed out, so maybe a concession might be made for them. But,
I thought that was going to be Squidly. Wasn't Squidly going to do a supplement quali, and tonight was a surprise for me.
Well, early missed out, so he came in, 9:05, so the boys were already out and into it, so which is quite unfortunate. So yeah, some.
Well, I've got to congratulate Adam V in this session. Topped me, and a couple of Super Dragon earlier on, which is good.
But also a fantastic drive by Fire Moves. That was incredible, an 801.
Yeah, Fire Moves, an 801.976. That's unbelievable. He'll be happy.
He looks happy while he's carrying on there.
Yeah. So, but Adam V10, he's done extremely well to put in an 805.
Indeed. Yeah. I'll be looking forward to the race. I'll get a jet, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so thanks boys. That's the end of it, and look forward to racing with you. Yes, thanks boys.